have with me here the brewmaster, Cole Hackbarth. And Cole, tell us how this beer comes together.
Well, we source all of our ingredients locally. Barley, hops, it's all Northwest grown. Water is all local, comes out of the Portland water system. I'm the only guy running the full show and brew 10 barrel batches at a time. And so all the beers is fresh. We usually have about 9 or 10 different beers on at a given time.
Wow.
We have a couple of different seasonals we run through. We've got some Belgian style ales, a couple of lagers, and then your standard, IPAs, reds, and we have a raspberry stout, vanilla cream porter. We try to have a little bit of everything.
Wow. Well, I'm going to be tasting some of these beers, and I'm really excited to taste them here a little bit. But I want to back up just a little bit and share with our audiences that you're an actual graduate of Oregon State University with a fermentation degree.
Yes.
We're talking our universities are training young brewmasters like yourself the art of and craft of beer making.
Yes.
How was that experience?
It was awesome. I had such a good time. I was kind of spinning my wheels in a psychology degree program at Oregon State for a while. Wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it. And then I met a guy that was in the fermentation science program. And the idea of studying beer was just blew my mind. I've been homebrewing for a long time, and that just sounded amazing.
Well, and before the interview, we were talking about you being in Germany and Oktoberfest. So it sounds like you've traveled the world, and now we have right here in downtown Tigard, a brewmaster who makes some delicious beers.
I think so.
So we're going to go right into where the behind us you can see the silver vats where the beer is actually made. We're going to go in there a little bit, talk about how they go together. We're going to pour some of these beers and try them out. But we think you're a great resource to have here. People from not only Tigard, total Portland metro area should come in here and experience a beer from start to finish, local ingredients, fresh. And, it's just exciting to have a resource like we're here. So, Cole, let's go check out how the beer's made.
Okay.
Cole, tell us what's around us. All this stainless steel. What does it do?
This is where the magic happens. This is how we make beer. Right behind us is the actual brew house, the mash lauter tun on one side and the kettle on the other. Essentially what we do is we get malted barley, bring it in, crack it in a mill, and then we send it into the mash tun, which is where we steep it in water, and the hot water activates the enzymes that are inside, breaks down the starches into simple sugars that the yeast will then metabolize into alcohol and CO2. After we do that, we pull off all the sugar water out of the mash tun and we boil it in the kettle. That's when we add hops, which add flavor and aroma. If you add the hops at the beginning of the boil, that's how you get bitterness, your IPAs, that big, hit to the tongue, that big bitterness. You get lots of hops into the beginning of the boil.
Cool.
And then at the end of the boil, we add the aroma hops, and that's where you get all those floral and citrus aromas and those good, hop smells. And then after that, we cool it down in a heat exchanger to a temperature where the yeast are happy and can do their work. And we transfer it over to one of these fermenters.
Okay.
And it'll sit there, depending on the style, a couple of weeks to a couple of months, doing its fermentation and becoming beer.
And then you make the kegs right out of these big fermenters, is that right?
After that we pull the yeast off, which we can then reuse for other batches. And we'll keg off the fermenter, or we have 6 serving tanks, which will transfer the beer over, and that goes right to the bar. So.
And I understand we have 4 huge fermenters. We're talking big stainless steel tanks. What does one of these hold? How many gallons?
It's a 10 barrel, so it's about 310 gallons.
310 gallons of beer in this baby right here. And there's 4 different types of beer. Can you take us through what are the 4 that you mainly brew right now?
Right now, we have right here in number 1 is the Reverend's Daughter. It's our Belgian Golden Ale.
And how long has it been sitting in there?
This one's been sitting about 3 weeks.
So about ready to come out.
Yeah, it's about ready to go. We're just waiting for the last batch to finish off, and then we'll put on the fresh stuff.
Wow.
So yeah, we use a Belgian style yeast on this one, so it gives kind of that spicy Belgian-y flavor.
Cool.
That's unique to those. And then right next to that we have our porter, which I'll add some pure vanilla extract, make our vanilla cream porter.
Okay, and how long has that been in the fermenter?
That one's been in there about 2 weeks as well.
Okay.
So,
and just to back up, how long did it take to prepare before it went to the fermenter? Did you say it takes a week in the process between these first two to get to this part?
No, the actual brewing will take only a day.
Oh, okay.
And then after a day of brewing, I'll put it in here and pitch yeast, and the yeast take about a week or two to do their primary fermentation.
And to transfer that, you have all kinds of ductwork and pipes. Does it just get transferred via the pipes? You just turn on valves and it just gets transferred by valves?
All through this is hard pipe, and then we have some hoses that we hook up to go to individual fermenters wherever I need to put it.
Wow. And then our last two fermenters, what do we got?
This one is dry hop red. It's our red ale. It's nice.
I just tried it. It's delicious. You're going to love it.
Yes. We after fermentation, we add fresh hops to the beer, and it gives that nice fresh hop aroma.
Love it.
Gives a little extra that Northwest kick.
Okay.
And then right next to that is our IPAs, the biggest seller.
Okay. So we're gonna go and we're gonna pour some of these so you can see their color, their texture, their consistency, and but it's just really amazing. We're in downtown Tigard, in the middle of a brew house. So they make it from scratch. Okay, Cole, now you've brought in some of the real ingredients that make the beer in these big fermenters around us right now. And tell us what you have right here, Cole.
Right now, this is what's called a 2-row pale malt. It's the base malt where we get all of the sugars for fermentation. This is what goes into the mash tun, and we steep it in water. Depending on what style of beer you're brewing and what kind of flavors you want, you can order different versions of this that have been kilned or roasted to different levels to get, those dark chocolatey flavors or the roasty flavors. That's
for the 4 beers here that we're going to go taste. Were any of these roasted?
Yes, actually the dry hop red, we add a little bit of roast malt into it to just kind of give it a little bit of that roasty flavor just on the end there, and then the IPA and things, we use a kiln malt. It's not heated up quite as much as the roast malt, and it gives those nice caramel flavors.
And as you explained, it starts with the barley, and then you add the other ingredients in your hand, the hops.
This is hops. Hops are a flower that comes off the hop vine. These are pelletized, which is the most common way of storing and using the hops. Because usually they're these big cones, they take up a lot of space, and they can be hard to work with. So this is an easier way of doing it, but it definitely has that piney, hop aroma, and that's what you'll get out of the beer.
The barley, we even tried some barley. You can just eat it. It's sweet.
Yep.
Good stuff. So these are the natural ingredients that have gone into these big fermenters, and now let's go try those beers.